Hi, I'm Jeanne Fiorini. Thanks for being at the Tarot Tips. Today we're going to talk about the difference between the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands. This is prompted by a subscriber's email asking for a little clarification around that. Let me take the opportunity to say that if there are certain cards in the tarot that you'd like to see addressed specifically, or two cards in particular that seem to either have a relationship or a problematic edge for you, let me know, because these are things that can really help make the flow and the ease of your tarot readings happen much more quickly. So let's go to the tarot table and see what we see. What's at issue here are the Two of Wands and the Three of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. So yeah, this is an area where it's almost like, why somebody could say, why did they bother to make two cards when one would have done just as well? But the answer really comes if you look at the numbers. I really like the Two of Wands. The imagery actually on both of these cards gives you a lot of information. So remembering that twos are about duality, and twos are about holding the tension between the opposites. So the Two of Wands, it shows somebody who is anchored in the past. This wand is anchored to the cement wall here. This wand is being extended out into the future. So this guy is at a portal, at a gate, so to speak. And he's looking out at his future in a new way. So sometimes this card has connections to the Star card, in that idea about a creative vision for yourself. But still, he hasn't made up his mind. He's at the two. He's well, maybe this, maybe that. Perhaps I will move to Spain. Maybe I will move to Des Moines, Iowa. Maybe I'll stay where I am. I'm not really quite sure. So there's that indecision, but the sense of hopeful possibilities while this person stands at this gate. When we get to the three, so remember that two, polarity, duality, holding the balance, holding the tension between possibilities, perhaps between opposites. When we get to the three, we see a similar gate, we see a similar portal. We could imagine that this guy's at a doorway. His back is totally toward us. He is ready to go. He has himself directly facing, not half facing, not semi, let's say committed. This guy is committed toward whatever the next step for him or her is. So think about the numbers. 2 is about duality. 3 is a triangle. 3 is the stabilization of something. 3 is the resolution of the polarity and the duality. 2 plus 1, the polarity plus one extra piece is 3. So that triangulation allows this person to have resolved his questions here and created readiness and a foundation on which to move forward. So the 2 moving into the 3. Here's potential. Here is a plan. Here is holding open options. Here is saying, okay, I've resolved my options. I've come to an established place with where I want to move forward. Readiness to move ahead. So sometimes we're like, okay, we're ready to go. And then we see the 4 of Wands, which in some ways, we might as well talk about it since it's another piece here. We might say, well, if the 3 of Wands says, let's go, what's the 4 of Wands about? And I think of this card a little bit separate from the conversation or the scenario, we could say, of the 2 and the 3, about making a decision about, not a decision, but feeling your options and choosing where you're going to spend your energy. That the 4 of Wands is the card of the harmonious home. It's the card of a happy atmosphere. And sometimes I think about it as a celebration card. That's what it looks like. But it's really such a harmonious card. And I like this version in the Mythic Tarot of 4 of Wands, which shows the hero And here's the queen who's sending him off on his heroic journey. And here's all of the hero's helpers, people who are going to be on his journey with him. So kind of gathering your forces here before you step through this gate. So the party before the adventure, you could say, with the Four of Wands. And then the 5 shows us attacking the challenges of the journey, of the adventure. So it's a very good question. What is the difference between the 2 and the 3? The 2 holds open the options. The 3 says, okay, I am in a firm position and am ready to walk through this gate. And sometimes with the back toward us, we get the idea that that person's, as the expression goes, already gone. You know, their energy is already in the future. Their body might be here, but their energy is already in the future. So ready for the next phase. And then the 4 of Wands says, well, let's have a party or a celebration and gather our forces before we make that adventure. So thanks for the question. I think it's a very useful discernment. And we'll see you next time. Thank you.